Hey homemakers, welcome to another day of Nebraskan Wife. So, how we all doing? Hopefully good. Today I was kind of thinking of another subject or something else that I could film for you guys. Thank you for watching my channel. Please like and subscribe. Click the button down below. Please share it. Pass along this information. I would love to have more visitors to my channel. If you're new here, I'm the Nebraskan Wife. I'm a mom of 2 kids, and I live in Nebraska, right around our capital, and I love to share all my tips and homemaking. I want to share my skills with you. I want you to grow. And in this time of reflection, this is a perfect opportunity to hone these skills. Okay, so top 10 egg substitutes. I was kind of thinking that we should discuss what happens if we don't have eggs. Not everyone is a baker, not everyone is really good in the kitchen, but it's good to know some things we can keep on hand to have just in case we don't have eggs. Every once in a while we love a really good chocolatey dessert. My favorite thing is actually to make an eggless like chocolate cake. Super yummy, and honestly I think it tastes better than the regular cakes. That's just me. That may not be up to your tastes. So I'm going to give you the top 10 egg substitutes. Now do what works for your family. Do what's feasible for your family. Don't feel like you have to buy any special sort of ingredient for this. This is a lot of things that most of us have on hand. Yeah, I would say most of us would have at least one of these things on hand. Now, I will say for us, we've pretty well been able to stay stocked up on eggs. That's not the case for everybody. It just depends on where you are right now. If you are lucky enough to have chickens, super great. I would love to have chickens someday. But right now I don't have chickens, so I have to do with what the grocery stores will let me get. Okay. My number one substitution that I tend to use the most is applesauce. You can use a 1/4 cup of any fruit puree in substitution of an egg. This works best for, let's see, like quick breads, cookies, muffins. Cookies, this is a really great way to make a little bit lighter and a little bit healthier cookie. Now, you will notice it tastes a little bit lighter and it's not as, I don't want to say creamy, but it doesn't have that deep flavor that it normally would. So just beware, it will change it a little bit, but it's still super tasty. I tend to use this mostly in cookies, like chocolate chip cookies that are already ridden with so much sugar. It makes me feel a little less guilty for eating everything. My second one is an overripe banana. You can do 1 banana to 1 egg. Depending on how big the banana is, just use your better judgment. This is also good for quick breads, cookies, muffins, kind of those little bready type things. Coffee cakes, you could do this in a coffee cake. I guess that would be a quick bread too, wouldn't it? Okay, this one I didn't know. I have heard about it, but I didn't know exactly what you would do. So you can use a 1/4 cup of chickpea brine, which is like that liquid that is in the chickpea can. So if you're already buying chickpeas, this would be a great way to kind of keep that if you needed to. You can use this one in cakes, cookies. It would be really good in like a meringue if you wanted to venture out into something a little bit fancy. This number 4 is a staple. Everybody has this. Well, I can't say everybody. That's not true. 2 tablespoons of cornstarch to 3 tablespoons of water. Mix that together and it makes kind of like what we call a slurry, if you've ever heard that before. You can also use this particular method for thickening up like stews or anything like that. This is good for your custards, your pies, your cheesecakes, anything that's really a thickener. You can also do this for if you have a soup that isn't quite thick enough and you want to do that, or even a gravy that is kind of watery or on the watery side, you can mix that in and mix it in without having that floury taste that you normally would get. Number 5, baking soda and vinegar. This is what's traditionally used in most of my eggless chocolate cakes, is a vinegar baking soda mixture. So 1 egg is equal to 1 teaspoon of vinegar and 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Don't worry, you will not taste the vinegar at all. She said, and both her and my son said, that they could not taste the vinegar in this at all. And I think it just gives a brighter flavor to the food, if that's a thing. Let's see what's next. So that was number 5. Number 6, oil and baking powder. This is good. 1 egg is, 1 egg is equal to 2 tablespoons of water plus 1 tablespoon of oil and 2 teaspoons of baking powder. This is kind of the similar effect of the vinegar and the baking soda. It's the rising bit. You can use this pretty interchangeably. I tend to use this particular mixture, like I said, in cakes or cupcakes, muffins, that sort of thing. Let's see. Oh, number 7, instant mashed potatoes. This is really great to use for binding things. So you use, for 1 egg, you just need 2 tablespoons of your dried potato flakes. This is really great for burgers, meatloafs, meatballs. You can also use this to thicken up any soups or gravies or things like that without feeling like it's a weird texture or anything, because instant mashed potatoes tend to be on the creamier side anyway, so it's really not that big of a deal. Number 8, I have done this before. Half of a mashed avocado. Now, take in consideration how big your avocado is. Obviously, if you have a ginormous avocado, you're probably not going to use that. So I would say this would be about equal to what a fruit puree would be. So I would say about 1/4 of a cup equals 1 egg, give or take. I mean, you could fudge that a little bit. That would be really good in like brownies. I've seen a lot of like chocolate avocado brownies that hides that flavor. Avocado is a pretty neutral flavor, I feel like. Some people may not agree, but that's really good in something that's really deep and chocolatey, because it would give it a really nice creamy texture. Number 9 is a 1/4 cup of yogurt. Now, if you're on the vegan side, you could go the soy coconut yogurt. You could do anything from Greek yogurt to regular yogurt. I would try to stay away from like the vanilla, anything super sweet. I would do more of a plain yogurt would probably be the best option in this case. Okay, number 10. This one, not everyone has this, but it's a good alternative if you're in a pinch or if you just happen to have some extras lying around, I guess. 1 tablespoon of either ground flax seed or chia seed. And you mix that with 3 tablespoons of water. Now, if you're going to do this particular method, you want the ground versions of this, so it's not like the full seed, because obviously you don't want to be like chewing that seed, and that's an awful texture for some of this stuff. You need to make sure that you mix and let it sit for about 10 to 15 minutes, because it has to soften up before you use it, because like I said before, you do not want that awful gritty texture in your foods. It does not taste great, and I have a really hard time with ground flaxseed or chia seeds. I tried adding it to my smoothies or things like that. Hit or miss. That was really tough. I did find that if I did soak it, I liked it a whole lot better. So, these are my top 10 things to replace eggs with. I hope this was was a little more informational for you and gave you some ideas. This allows you to kind of sneak in some of those fruits and veggies where your kids or family may not notice. If you don't say anything, they probably won't notice. Don't be afraid to experiment. Don't be afraid to try something new. This is the time that we need to just be looking in our cupboards and seeing how we can maximize everything, because we don't want to waste our food. We want to make sure everything works for us. Plus, on the bonus side, if you can sneak a little fruits and veggies in, power to ya. So thank you for joining me. I hope you stick along on this journey of my homemaking adventures, and I look forward to making more videos. I'll see you next time, guys. Bye.